My name is Karin Wannerberg. I'm working at Ragn-Sells, and this is our sub-project that we call Digital Twins in Circular Value Networks. And what we want to do, this is a feasibility study, and we have just started. And the goal with this project is to create a circular value network or an ecosystem for the construction industry. So we have focused on the construction industry here. We are looking at flat glass as an object here. And what we mean by a circular value network is this ecosystem of actors that can enable recirculating products in the system, or materials, products or materials. And I know that there sometimes are different meanings of a digital twin. So what we mean in this case is that it's a digital representation of this ecosystem, this circular ecosystem, where we can exchange exchange data that is traceable. And this project started in the beginning of 2002 and will end in the Q2 2024. Next slide, please, Martin. So why are we looking at flat glass? Flat glass is the highest quality of glass that we have. And we have just developed a process for upcycling flat glass before. It have many times been ended up in landfill or been downgraded for containers or so. But now we have a cooperation between Ragn-Sells and Saint-Gobain for upcycling flat glass to keep the high quality. And flat glass is the glass that we use for windows in buildings, for example. And as I mentioned, we want to decrease the amount that ends up in landfill, which is really bad for us. And we also want to decrease the amount of virgin raw materials that are also ending in about 50 years. So there will not be sand enough to create qualified flat glass in the future. And as you can see here in the picture, we also decrease the emissions with over 50% by using recycled flat glass. So this has also a great benefit for the environment to do this. So this is the case we're looking at, and these are some of the benefits we see. So next slide, please, Marvin. And what are we going to do in this project? We want to look at how to exchange information in a circular value network, or the data. And to do that, we need a common way to express the data and information through the whole ecosystem. And that's why we are looking at developing an ontology, a digital language that can translate information between actors, between stakeholders in the whole ecosystem, but it's also readable for both computers and for humans. So this is a way to exchange data in a structured way, but also in a traceable way. And we will develop this ontology and a software solution for data sharing, and evaluate this and see how it works in the use case of flat glass. So we will follow the flat glass, these windows are being demolished, then the glass is being crushed and then reused in the manufacturing process. We will look at this whole process from window to new window and evaluate this method. What we will also look at is the business perspective of this. So we will, along with this, look at the circular business model for this ecosystem. You can take the next one. Yes. And as both Marianne and Sophia has been talking about, it's a lot about data. So this picture, it's not, the purpose is not that you're gonna see all those stickers, but what it shows is actually a simplified version of the flat glass being recycled, so the ecosystem for recycling flat glass. And orange ones and red ones, they are actors or stakeholders in the system. We have yellow ones representing actions. We have some green ones that transport and tenders, and pink ones are deviations or questions being asked in this ecosystem by different actors. And one of the important questions is what data or information is needed in this ecosystem. So we are right now analyzing that, and by whom is it needed and from whom? Who can give this information in the ecosystem? And how do we collect the data needed? So we are looking at the inventory part, we are looking at quality assurance, end of life, going through this whole ecosystem. And then the question, how do we share this data in a structured and in a scalable way? We are looking at flat glass now, but the purpose of an ontology is that we can use it for first the flat glass circulation, but also for the whole construction industry, but also to other domain industries. So this should be a way of sharing information between industries. That's our main goal. You can take the next slide, Malin. So what do we want to do in this feasibility study? We want to verify how we can share information in the ecosystem in order to enable a way to scale the circular economy. We want to create a foundation on upon which circular solutions can scale, and we need to understand the need of the data in the ecosystem and also make sure that the business model is sustainable.